Dorothy had a cute little dog named Toto, and she loved to play with him. One day, the sky above Dorothy's house became very gray. The wind began to blow, and it became windier and windier. Dorothy and Toto were so scared, they hid under the covers on Dorothy's bed. The storm continued for so long that eventually Dorothy and Toto fell asleep. When they awoke, Dorothy knew that something was very different. As she got out of bed, she saw a pair of ruby red slippers sticking out from under her bed. She knew they must be meant for her. So Dorothy sat on her bed and put on the ruby red slippers. They fit her perfectly, and she loved the way they sparkled. Right away, Dorothy felt stronger and taller. She and Toto got ready to go outside to see if anything had been blown away in the storm. When Dorothy stepped outside of her farmhouse, nothing looked like it had before the storm. The dirt road next to her house was now a yellow brick road, and in front of her, she saw short people in very colorful clothes and a magnificent witch. Dorothy asked the witch,
"Where am I?" "Please, please, please."
And the witch told her,
"You're not."
Dorothy said,
"I want to go home."
the witch replied,
"The Wizard of Oz can help you."
Dorothy asked,
"How do I find the Wizard of Oz?"
and the witch answered,
"Follow the yellow brick road."
follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. Come on off, Linda. Linda and Munchkins, come off the stage. As Dorothy walked along the yellow brick road, she came across a scarecrow that was stuck up on a pole. Dorothy quickly untied the string that was holding the scarecrow in place. The scarecrow thanked Dorothy and said she knew that she never knew untying the string would have saved her. She said,
"I wish I had brains."
Dorothy told the scarecrow about the Wizard of Oz and that he could probably help her. Dorothy said,
"You can come with us."
so Dorothy and the scarecrow linked arms and began to skip down the yellow brick road. 1, 2, 3. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. He is a wizard, a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. As Dorothy and the scarecrow walked along the yellow brick road, they found themselves entering a dark forest. Suddenly, a lion came out from behind a tree and grabbed Toto. Dorothy quickly rescued Toto from the lion. The lion put up his paws, ready to fight. Dorothy told the lion that Toto was just a little dog and that he should pick on someone his own size. The lion said,
"I wasn't gonna tell him."
and began to cry. Then Dorothy realized he was only a cowardly lion. The lion said, So Dorothy told the lion about the Wizard of Oz and he could probably help him. Dorothy said,
You can come with us.
so Dorothy, the Scarecrow, and the Cowardly Lion linked arms and began to skip down the yellow brick road. 1, 2, 3. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. He is a wizard, a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. As the three new friends walked along the yellow brick road, they came across a woodsman made of tin. He was so rusted he couldn't even move. Dorothy quickly found an oil can near the Tin Man and used it to oil all of his joints. The Tin Man was finally able to move, and he thanked Dorothy.
Thank you.
When Dorothy told him it was no trouble and patted his chest, she realized there was a hollow sound. The Tin Man confessed,
I really want a hug.
Dorothy told the Tin Man about the Wizard of Oz and that he might be able to help him. Dorothy said,
You can come with us.
so Dorothy, the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Lion linked arms and began to skip down the yellow brick road. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. He is a wizard, a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. After the four friends had been walking for quite a while, they finally came upon the Emerald City. Everything in the city was green. The friends found the throne room of the Wizard of Oz. When they entered, the only thing they saw was a giant head. The head began to speak.
I am the great Count Oz, who has dared to disturb me.
The friends stepped forward. Dorothy said,
I am Dorothy. I want to go home.
the Scarecrow said,
I'm the Scarecrow and I want some brains.
the Lion said,
I'm the lion and I want to be brave.
the Tin Man said,
I'm the Tin Man and I want to hug.
the Wizard replied,
Go find the Wicked Witch of the West and make her be a good witch. Then I'll grant your wishes.
the four friends didn't know where to find the Wicked Witch of the West. So they asked the Munchkin guards. And the Munchkin guards replied, follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. So the four friends once again started walking on the yellow brick road. After just a short while, a witch on a broomstick flew down and landed next to Dorothy and Toto. She grabbed Toto and she cackled.
Ha ha ha, I got you, my pretty and your little dog too.
But Toto bit the witch's hand and she let go of the dog. The witch
Ouch.
cried out,
Ouch, why did the dog bite me?
Dorothy replied,
Because you're a bad witch. You should be a good witch.
the witch said,
Okay. I wanna be a good widow witch. Just give me a chance and I'll make this.
if we give her a chance, this new little witch, how do we know that she's gonna switch?
I had a change of heart and I'm making a brand new start.
Yes, she's gonna be a good little witch. We'll give her a chance and she'll make the switch. She's gonna be a good little witch. Very, very good little witch. From now on, good little witch. So the good witch of the West joined the four friends as they traveled back to the Emerald City. When they returned, the five friends marched right into the throne room of the Wizard of Oz. Once again, they saw only a giant head. Dorothy told the Wizard of Oz they'd succeeded in making the Wicked Witch of the West be a good witch. The wizard replied,
Okay, then I have another task for you. If you can do it, then I'll grant your wishes.
the lion became very upset and said,
But that's not what you promised.
the lion ran toward the wizard and tugged on a sheet near the head. The sheet fell, and behind the head stood someone in a wizard costume. The real wizard was embarrassed and said,
I'm the real wizard. I don't have much power, but I don't have much power, but I have something for each of you.
The scarecrow stepped forward, and the Wizard of Oz told her she already had brains. She gave the scarecrow a thinking cap to help her remember to use her brains. Then the Tin Man stepped forward, and the Wizard of Oz told him he already had a heart. She gave the Tin Man a soft heart to help him remember to always feel with his heart. Then the Cowardly Lion stepped forward, and the Wizard of Oz told him he already had a lot of courage. She gave him a pair of sunglasses to help him remember to always look to the sky and hold his head high. Then Dorothy stepped forward and asked the Wizard of Oz if she had anything for her. She shook her head and said,
You're already home, you just don't know it.
Dorothy began to cry. Glinda suddenly appeared. She stepped forward and said,
Those shoes are magic. Just click your heels 3 times and say there's no place like home.
so Dorothy clicked her heels 3 times and said,
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
before Dorothy even knew, Scarecrow off the stage, Glinda off the stage. Before Dorothy even knew what had happened, she suddenly found herself in her own bed in Kansas. She then knew what had always been true, and she sat up in bed and said,
There's no place like
Thank you guys very much for coming. We've had such a great time today, and the kids obviously have done so great.
Emmy! Emmy! Good job, Emmy! Emmy.
Oh, Megan, you got it.
Emmy.